All right, just underway here. A little bit, a couple minute early start, or right on time actually. Jennifer and Steve are at the 18 game, so they're here now, and O'Hearn's going to chase this one down. Sun Devils in the black uniforms here this afternoon, and the Mid-State Mustangs from Altoona, Pennsylvania, in the white. They're 2-0. Sun Devils 1-1 after the loss last night. Need a win for sure to get into the quarters, and maybe even a little more than that. Brant, little hit here on the wall. Moyer back for it into his corner. Sun Devils go to Argovitz to look for the win here. Shot in on Argovitz, save, pushed aside. Now Brant cuts to center. Puck's going to come out over the blue line. Sun Devils will get some fresh bodies out there on sides. Grant cross check to the head, and that's going to be a penalty coming up on AJ Brant. Delayed call here against the Sun Devils, and once they touch up, we'll have a whistle here, and Brant will go to the box for, I believe, which will be a cross check. Got the stick up a little too high there. As I said, Grayson Argovitz in net for the Sun Devils. Penalty kill unit for the boys in black today is going to start off with O'Hearn and Curry, Schwab, and Weekly. Power play for Mid-State. Again, this is game 3. Sun Devils 1-1, and the Mid-State Mustangs here, another Mustangs team, I believe, are 2-0. Shot in wide of Argovitz into the corner. Weekly aggressive on it. Now the Mustangs set up their power play. Off the stick of Argovitz, went off the back glass. He had to reach back and grab it. Of another face-off inside the Sun Devils' end. 1:17 left on the penalty to Brant. O'Hearn leans in on the face-off, wins it back, but a shot just wide of the net and a misconnect in front. Sends the puck to the far side. Curry pressures Mid-State Mustangs defenseman here. O'Hearn gets out on it. Now it's back down on the near side. Schwab on the pressure here. He spins, throws it up, and out. Sun Devils get a line change in here. All three coaches on the bench here, plus a guest star, Braden Willis, on the 17 and under U.S. national teams, joining the boys on the bench here. Braden picked up a goal and assist last night in the USHL game. Gill and Ishu on the near side killing. Up front, it's Weinkammer and Fitzgerald. Mustangs on the power play here. 38 seconds left. Centering pass, misconnect. Puck comes up top. Now it's Gill's going to get called for delayed here as he dumps a Mustangs player in front. So we're going to be down to a 5-on-3 right away here with Brant still in the box. Magnus Gill to the box as well. Another face-off inside the Sun Devils end to the right of Argovitz. Mustangs control it off the face-off on the power play. They go up top, now down low. Weinkammer steps out. Pass across, blocked by Moyer, and puck comes all the way out down the far wall. Moyer switches out with Stroud, or actually it's Stroud and Moyer on defense now. Now Ishu able to get a stick on it, tries to chip it out, he can't. And now a shot blocked by Moyer and ends up on the stick of Max Stroud. He sends it all the way down. Brant's out of the box, so we're 5-on-4. And the Mustangs regroup in their own end and up through center. Offsides is going to be the call. Mustangs player made a move at the blue line, sent his wingmate off sides. 47 seconds left on the penalty to Gill. He's got Moyer and Stroud on defense. Neubauer and Schaefer on the kill. Neubauer wins it back. Stroud tries to send it out. He can't. It's chipped back in, and Neubauer is going to circle back for it. We're going to have another call here. This one's going to go against Max Stroud. I'm not sure what that was. So 3 quick penalties. It's going to be a slashing call against Stroud. 3 penalties in a matter of just 2 minutes or 2.5 minutes here. So back to a 5-on-3. This one's going to be a little bit longer 5-on-3. 39 seconds left on the penalty to Gill, and 1:30 up on the clock now for Stroud. Face off far corner to the right of Argovitz. I believe it's Neubauer. He loses it. Mustangs control it. 11:46 just underway here. And what's been a bunch of penalties already against the Sun Devils, so they haven't even got their team out in the ice for the first 4 minutes of this game. Mustangs circle back up top, pass across, far side in the corner. Schwab wings it around the near corner, comes back up top. Neubauer running the top of the PK. Now Weekly pinches into the corner, puts pressure on. Puck squirts up top. Long pass across again. And more pressure here. Gill's out of the box. And Glimsher steps out. So 5-on-4, 43 seconds left on the penalty to Stroud. And here comes a penalty on the Mustangs. So we're at 4 penalties here, and we're only 4 minutes into the game. This time it's against the Mustangs. So we got some good old Arizona reffing here with the penalty marred first 4 minutes of the first period. So we'll have 4-on-4 for about 40 seconds, and then the power play will kick in for the Sun Devils, assuming no more penalties here. Off the face-off, Weinkammer looked to send it across to Gill. It's a little too far. Gill now chips it in. Glimsher on the forecheck. 4-on-4. Now Peck out there with Glimsher, and back for it is Grayson Weinkammer. It's going to be an icing call with the even strength play here. Peck's going to take a face-off. Glimsher to the left. Gill up top with Weinkammer. Puck's turned over, ends up on the stick of Gill, centering pass to Glimsher, gets a shot off, and that's the first shot of the afternoon. And the second shot goes in. Weinkammer sent it in on net. It got deflected, and then I believe it went off the left glove of the Mustangs goaltender. So a 4-on-4 goal, and the Sun Devils take the early lead here. It'll stay 4-on-4 for another 9 seconds, and the Sun Devils will still have a power play for 50 seconds after that. Brandt steps in at the faceoff. Fitzgerald to the right. On defense, it's Ishu and Weinkammer. Faceoff at center. Over to the far wall. Ishu circles back for it. Cuts back up. Now sends it across off a skate, and Weinkammer picks it up. Leaves it for Brandt. Chip back up to center. Fitzgerald puts a shoulder into the puck. It bounces back in. Now Brandt hard on the forecheck. And a bouncing puck kicked in. And now sent back up top, Fitzgerald. Sun Devils on the power play now. O'Hearn's out there, and everyone switches around. We've got Weinkammer and Ishu up top. O'Hearn behind the net. Ishu, far side, up top to Weinkammer. Weinkammer, near side. Fitzgerald looked for the cross-ice pass. Brandt caught it in the middle, wasn't able to get a shot off, and now it's flipped back to the near side. O'Hearn, he's fumbled the puck there, and it's sent back in. Argovitz out of his net. Leaves it for Weinkammer. Weinkammer up to O'Hearn. O'Hearn on the left side. He's got Fitzgerald in the middle and Brandt on the far right wall. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Long pass up. Grayson Weinkammer, big hit in the corner. No call. Another hit in the corner by Ishu. Brandt's down there digging it out as well. 2-on-2 in the corner. Ishu has it pinned up against the wall, and Brandt skates away with it on his backhand. Now up to Fitzgerald. Quickly up. Little too tight for O'Hearn. He goes for the line change, and we'll get all 5 Sun Devils change out here. So now it's Neubauer right here, and Curry in the center. Marvin's the other wing, and on defense it's Stroud and Moyer. Moyer, far side corner up to Curry. Curry reverses back, now sends it up the way onto the stick of Moyer, now up to Marvin. Marvin over the blue line with some speed, able to cut inside, get Neubauer coming into the middle, and it's a shot and save covered up by the Mustangs goaltender. Pretty big goalie in net for the white Mustangs here. Very hard to see the names, small print on the back of the white jerseys here. Also, a little tough to see the numbers at times on the matinee jerseys the Sun Devils have on here this afternoon. Neubauer at center, Marvin left, Curry right. Long exit pass. We saw this the other night with the home run pass off the offensive zone faceoff. Sun Devils defensemen have to be aware of that. Good pace to this game other than the penalties. Curry and Neubauer on the far wall. Now Schwab. Weekly's going to chase this one down into the corner. Plays it tight, gets some help from Neubauer. Now Weekly behind all the way around. Puck bounces off the wall. Mustangs go low to high. Shot in. Argovitz makes the save. It's loose in front. Everyone's digging on that far post, and they cover it up. And it looks like the ref's going to match up another set of penalties here. A little bit extra after the whistle, so it should be 5-on-5. We'll see what the call is. We got at least a Mustang going to the box, and hopefully that's it. So it'll be, looks like a power play. Maybe looking for an extra misconduct penalty, as the Stripes is talking to the Mustangs coach. We'll see what the call is here. The slashing call, it looks like. And should be a power play. Face-off has moved down to our left. So second power play here. This will be a full-length one for 1 minute 30 seconds. Power play unit, Marvin, Neubauer, and Stroud from left to right. Gill and I believe Moyer from left to right up top. Puck goes in the corner. 2 Sun Devils go in for it. Stroud and Neubauer digging it out. Neubauer tries to push it up the wall. Good work by the Mustangs, the player, to get it out. They send it. Moyer tried to send it back in a little too far and wide off the far wall. So face-off will come outside. Neutral zone here. Face-off. 5-on-4. 7:30, halfway through the first period. Sun Devils have the lead on the goal by Weinkammer. Puck now sent all the way back in. It's going to trickle behind Argovitz. Sun Devils set up the power play here. 1:06 to go on that power play. Now it's Gill. Long pass just over the stick of a Mustang. Neubauer left side. Marvin goes down towards the middle. Neubauer looking for the cross-ice pass to Stroud. Gill up top. Shot through some traffic off a stick. Glove down by Stroud. He goes, takes it behind the net. Battles for it. Now Neubauer up top to Moyer. Moyer's pass was picked off and now kept in by Moyer. Moyer, his pass this time off the defenseman shin pad. Marvin, Gill, shot off a skate in front, loose, and Mustang's able to get it, backhanded up, and it bounces to center. Quickly, it's Gill up to Marvin. Marvin's all alone. Everyone's going for a line change here. Schaefer off the bench with Peck, Ishu, and I believe Weinkammer. Ishu keeps it in on the far corner. Far wall. Ishu kicks it forward around the net. Glimcher right in the middle. He finds him. He goes for the one time. He just fanned on him. And now a puck comes back out to center. 5-on-5 with the Mustangs penalty expiring. Now Peck over the blue line, but Schaefer creeped a little too far forward, so we'll have an offside call. Six minutes even left here in the first from the red rink here at Novi Novi, Michigan, Game 3, CCM, Denver. You can follow this game at 200 times 85. That's 200x85.com. We're in the 16U jet speed division. Centering pass through the neutral zone by the Mustangs. Glimcher got a stick on it. Puck rolls back to Weekly. Tries to make a move. He couldn't. Picked up now by Peck. Peck to Schwab. Glimcher touches it. And right at the red line, no icing. Peck's going to race down for it first. Takes the body. Gets some help now from Schaefer. Glimcher in front. Puck sent in off the corner of the net. Mustangs goaltender was there for the save. Must-win game here for the Sun Devils, and hopefully that'll get us with a 2-1 record into the quarterfinals. Brandt's going to line up at center. Ishu left and Fitzgerald right. Schwab and Weekly up top. Puck comes flying, rainbowing out over center ice, and it rolls down. No icing as it was tipped on the way out. Schwab almost loses his footing behind the net, gets it up to Ishu. Ishu hard off the wall. Now it's chipped up. And Schwab tries to get it out. He couldn't. Ishu back for it now. Pushes it over to Weekly. Weekly looks for the centering pass. That was picked off in his own zone. And now Schwab this time pushes it out to center. Mustangs regroup. They send it back in, and Weekly's going to go back for it. 4:50 to go here in the first. Weekly sends it around, but up and out into the corner. Off the netting. Faceoff will be to the right of Argovitz. That line change will bring out O'Hearn in the middle, Curry and Marbin. Looks like Moyer and Gill on defense. 2-on-1 in front of the net, and got lucky there as Argovitz was coming across, but the Mustangs player wasn't able to connect on the one-timer. Mustangs just send it back in. Everybody touches up on onside. Moyer behind, D to D. Gill up off the wall, tries to get up to Marbin. He couldn't. And now on the far side, Mustangs throw it in off the knee of Moyer. It bounces up top. Now O'Hearn able to get a stick on it. Still can't get it out. Now Sun Devils stuck in their own end here. Centering pass off the back of the net, and then Marbin flips it up and out. He'll chase down his own puck here, pushes the player behind the net. Mustangs come back the other way with some speed. Centering pass through the neutral zone and sent in behind Argovitz. Now Weinkammer goes back for it. Weinkammer up off the wall to Curry. Curry flips it just out over the blue line. Now back. Quick transition here for the Mustangs again. Bouncing puck in on Argovitz. He plays it with the stick, leaves it for Weinkammer. Weinkammer sends it all the way up the wall. Glimcher. Glimcher off the bench, gets pushed along the Mustangs bench. Now sends it in the far corner. Neubauer, Glimcher, and I believe Schaefer. Far side now. Loose puck chipped up and out into the rafters, and we'll have a face-off. Should be inside, deep inside the Mustangs' end. Ice tilted a little bit from left to right here. Sun Devils they have the lead, but majority of the play has been in their defensive zone. Now we've got an offensive face-off. Neubauer steps in. Into the corner goes Schaefer. He sends it low to high off a skate. Stroud shot in. Weinkammer again with the shot. He had the goal earlier. This time saved by the Mustangs goaltender. Now it comes all the way back out. Weinkammer flips it in. Takes a bump. And now Sun Devils reverse in their own end. Neubauer goes back for it along with Schaefer. It's sent all the way around the near side. Stroud thought about pinching, but did keep it in up top. Glimcher at the blue line. The puck rolls out. Neubauer, Stroud, Schaefer all go for the change. Glimcher hard on the forecheck. Long pass across, and it's a 2-on-2 the other way. Mustangs player loses it. Brandt picks up the puck, tries to exit it, but now it's on the stick of Weinkammer, and he sends it down for an icing. That'll finish up the change here. It'll be Weekly and Schwab on defense with Fitzgerald, Brandt, and Ishu up front. Brandt on the face-off, pushes it forward onto the stick of Fitzgerald. A little too far for Ishu. He sends it back to Schwab. Schwab in his own end. Had a little bit of a hook going, no call. Now Schwab off of his glove, back behind the nets. Weekly takes a bump, able to get it up the wall, not out. As the Mustangs keep it in again. Shot over the head of Argovitz off the glass, and this time down to the near side, kept in again by the Mustangs. Through the skates of Weekly into the far corner. Schwab now. Good pressure by the Mustangs. Sun Devils not able to get that puck out. Here comes the puck again, bouncing up. This time Ishu able to push it out towards center. Now it rolls back into the Mustangs' end. Long pass up, picked off by Brandt. Brandt chips it forward, chases it down. Ishu goes for the change. Moyer jumps out with Gill on defense. And Marvin, the other forward. Gill. Moyer up to O'Hearn off of a stick. Now sent in deep by Fitzgerald. Curry finishes up the line change. So we've got O'Hearn, Marvin, and Curry. Gill and Moyer on defense. Long pass across. Moyer steps up, chips it forward. Now back into the Mustangs' end. At their blue line, they reverse down low. And up off the glass, flipped out by the Mustangs. Moyer's going to come back, scoop it up. Tries to split two players on the exit. Now O'Hearn gets hit in the corner with Moyer. 2-on-2, they battle it out. Moyer able to kick it forward, takes a high stick twice to the delayed offsides, now sent back out to center. Marvin chips it in. Marvin and Curry down in the corner. Marv's taking it from behind, avoids a check. Pretty chippy and physical. Refs have settled down after a whole bunch of penalties here at the beginning. Long airmail pass out, glove down by Gill. He regroups, sends it in on net into the midsection of the Mustangs goaltender. He lets it play as the horn sounds here in the first period. I believe we'll have an ice cut here as we came out onto dirty ice. Yeah, Zamboni doors are open. 15 minutes on the clock for the second period, but we'll have a break here. Sun Devils lead 1-0 after one on the goal by Weinkammer. We're back for second period action here from Novi, Michigan. Sun Devils have the lead. Back out on fresh ice. Switch ends. Argovitz to our left. Neubauer at center. Schaefer right. And we're underway here. Sun Devils with 1-0 lead. Puck comes back to Stroud on defense. Now Glimcher sends it up the wall. Mustangs regroup in their own end. Long pass under the skate of Weinkammer. Stroud has to come back for it. No icing. Stroud's hauled down in the corner. No call. Sun Devils started off the game with 3 penalties. I guess the ref apologized for 3 penalties in a row, and they've let them play here a little bit more in the end of the second period. Heavy hit by Glimcher. He was looking to see if he got a penalty. He didn't. Weekly races back for it. I think there were about 7 or 8 penalties in the first period. Maybe the refs thought this was squirt or mite hockey, but physical play, good pace to the first. Sun Devils with the 1-0 lead. Ishu, Brandt, and Fitzgerald out there for the boys in the black. Long pass up, right on the blue line and in all alone. Argovitz went for the poke check. I believe it slid underneath his pads as the long exit pass got behind the Sun Devil defense, and the Mustangs tie it up 1-1. So 13:51 in the second, and we have a tie score. Brandt at center, Fitzgerald near side, Ishu on the left, Gill and Moyer on defense. Sun Devils win it. Ishu pushes it back to Gill. Gill, Moyer, pass intercepted at center. Now Moyer sends it all the way around, back into the far corner. Brandt down there for it. Mustangs try to chip it out. It's kept in by Gill, now taken away. It's a 3-on-2 for the Mustangs. Nice poke check by Gill, taken away by Ishu. Ishu shot in, glove down by the Mustangs goaltender. Face off inside the Mustangs end, won by the Mustangs. They reverse it around the near side. O'Hearn hard on it first with Curry. Puck sent off the side of the net, popped out in front. Mustangs defenseman took it away. They quickly go wing to center and up and out. Weinkammer back for it now into our own end. Nice pass up to Curry. Curry had the puck poked away by the Mustangs. They send it back in deep behind Argovitz. Stroud back for it. He throws his weight around the corner. Puck sent out in front. O'Hearn takes it away. Comes up top and over the stick of the Mustangs. No icing as Marvin races back for it. Gives a bump. Curry gets thrown into the net. Now it's Weinkammer, Curry. Curry, backdoor to Marvin, and Marvin got a stick on it. He was pushed down into the goaltender's crease. Now the Mustangs back the other way. They go for a line change. Weinkammer backhanded to the far corner. Stroud, big hit on the far corner. Marvin trying to chip it out. He comes out with it. It's a 2-on-2. Now O'Hearn shot in on net. Deflected into the corner. Now Marvin, big hit in the corner. Nice and clean, no call. Now it's flipped back out to center. And now this time Marvin throws another hit behind the play. Mustangs parents, mostly the moms, not happy with that one. Mustangs go up the far side wall over the stick of Schwab. He takes some pressure into the corner. Pace of plays picked up. Refs letting him go. This time it's going to be a Mustangs delayed penalty as Marvin went flying into the boards here. So Sun Devils will go on the power play. More activity from the Mustangs faithful. So face-off will come down to our right. Sun Devils will jump on the power play and try to regain the lead here. It looks like it's going to be Fitzgerald, O'Hearn, and Brandt. And then Ishu and Weinkammer up top. Grayson Weinkammer with the first period goal. Gave the Sun Devils a 1-0 lead. And then the Mustangs get the early one here in the second. 1:30 on the clock. Sun Devils on the power play. Brand at center. Faceoff's one towards the middle and sent out by the Mustangs. It's going to come in on Argovitz. He's going to leave it for Weinkammer. Leaves it right in front of the net, and Weinkammer has to quickly brush it aside. Mustangs regroup and send it back down the other way, off a stick and into the corner. Mustangs have some speedy players. They're getting on pucks quickly. They collect it again here, and now through center. Almost turned over. Ishu down the left side. Gets around one player, reverses himself into the corner, tucks it back, give and go, looking for O'Hearn out front. It would have been a nice backdoor play, but it was intercepted by the Mustangs, and now Weinkammer's back for it, looking up ice, sends it up to O'Hearn, off of his stick to Brandt. Brandt down the right side wall, into the corner, looking for an option, loses it, maybe in the water behind the net. Now the Mustangs send it up off a player and kept in. Now Ishu. O'Hearn back to Ishu, shot, saved by the Mustangs. Back up top, Weinkammer over to Fitzgerald, and then it puck came back up and bounced over the stick of Weinkammer. Weinkammer had a turnover here. He tried to backhand it. Now it's a breakaway in on Argovitz, and off the post. It's loose in front. Mustangs trying to jam it home. All Sun Devils come back here. Now I believe the Mustangs player knocked over Argovitz. We should have another call possibly against the Mustangs as Argovitz ran over to the left of his net. So 6 seconds left on the initial call, and I believe the Mustangs will have another penalty here as Argovitz got run over to the side of his net. We'll see what the call here is. Outside, face-off should be outside. Oh, ref's getting some activity here from one of the refs. Or one of the refs giving it to one of the fans. Fitzgerald's going to go to the box too, so it's going to be matched up, it looks like. Face-off will stay inside the Sun Devils' end. Aggressive Mustangs farther up there, giving it to one of the refs. Reminds me of the game last year in Palm Beach where the refs kicked out everybody from the red line down. So it's going to be 4-on-3 for maybe, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4-on-4. Has to be 5. Has to be 5-on-4 because if you have a matching calls here, Sun Devils will need one more player on the ice. One more. Sun Devils need one more. Discussion here with Coach Ishu. Sun Devils need one more on the ice. And that extra one's going to be Glimpsher. So very quick power play for the Sun Devils. 6 seconds, then we'll just go back to a 5-on-5 as the Mustangs will get back their man. And then the calls that just happened were just matching. So back to 5-on-5 right now. Down the left side, Marvin. He's hauled down in the corner. One ref's way behind the play, didn't see it. Marvin now, 5-on-5. And Gill had it poke checked here. Here come the Mustangs the other way. It's 2-on-1. Shot in on Argovitz over the head. Comes up to Glimpsher. Glimpsher tried to chip it out. Sent now back in off the back of the net. Comes Moyer. Moyer takes some immediate pressure, squirts away from it. Now up top, or up the wall to Glimpsher. He takes a bump at the red line. And now it's flipped back in by Downey for the Mustangs. Gill now behind Argovitz. Tried to go D to D. He lost it. Now the Mustangs with more pressure keep it in. Shot in on Mustangs. Got a shot in on Argovitz. He made the blocker save. It popped up high, and the Mustangs get called for a high stick. So faceoff should come out side and all the way down to our right. We're at 5-on-5. Scores 1-1. 9:24 left in the second period. Sun Devils will send out Curry, Brandt, and Ishu. Weinkammer and Stroud on defense. Brandt takes the face-off, wins it back to Stroud. Max Stroud tries to send it in off the stick of Ishu. Ishu into the corner. Shovels it back to Brandt. Brandt on his backhand against the wall. Low to high up to Weinkammer. Rips it. Shot. Blocked in front. Curry shot just wide of the net. Missed the left corner. Brandt now down low again. Curry and Ishu try to collect it out front. It's kept in. Ishu keeps it in at the blue line. Sends it to the center. Brandt up top. And now over to Weinkammer. Weinkammer shot off the toe of the Mustangs player. It bounces out. Now Weinkammer back for it again. And a loose puck turned over just outside. Max Stroud got lucky there as the tried to make a pass up. It was picked off and came just outside the blue line. We'll have a face-off here just outside Argovitz's defensive end here, and Neubauer is going to step in. Schaefer on the left, Peck on the right, and Schwab and Weekly. Schwab plays his man into the corner. Puck's getting kicked around, comes up to Schaefer. He sends it up and just over the stick of the Mustangs defenseman. Peck through the neutral zone, able to temporarily turn it over. Now the loose puck's picked up by Schaefer and Peck. Peck shot in off the shoulder of the Mustangs player there. Good opportunity for Slick Peck. Sun Devils picking up the pace here. The message in the locker room was get hard on the pucks, and that's offsides. And win those 50-50 pucks. So face off again outside the Sun Devils end with 8:02 left in the second period. Sun Devils will get all five changed out. It'll be Moyer on defense with Gill, and the Brandt line with Ishu and Fitzgerald. Mustangs off the face-off, send it in all the way around behind Argovitz. Gill holds up on the wall, tries to push it up, gets up to Ishu. Ishu leaves it for Brandt. Brandt able to beat his guy down the left side with some speed. Fitzgerald's going down the middle. Centering pass off the skate of Ishu. He sends it back behind the net. The Mustangs pull it off the wall, and they're able to get it back out to center. Now it's sent in off of Gill into the corner. Moyer trying to dig it out. Brandt comes in to help out, and now Fitzgerald up to Ishu off of his skate. Now it's over the far side. Gill, he sends it in all the way behind. It bounces towards the front of the net. Blockered into the corner. Ishu now. Ishu up low to high. A bouncing puck. Unfortunately over the stick of Stroud. Stroud circles back. He's got room up to Brandt. Brandt on the blue line now, sends it in on net and covered up by the Mustangs goaltender. Face-off now will be taken by O'Hearn. Curry on the right, Marbin on the left. Weinkammer and Stroud up top. Curry, Weinkammer, down low, over underplay. Marbin looking to center over to Curry. Couldn't get there. Curry backhands it down low. We see that over under play on the face-off when the Sun Devils win it in their own zone. Now it comes up top, kept in by Stroud, sent down deep inside the Mustangs end. They reverse it, and O'Hearn's going to get called for a hit from behind here. So a delayed call and a home run pass for the Mustangs here. Sun Devils just need to touch it up here and get the whistle. 6-on-5. And now this should do it as O'Hearn tries to get a stick on it. Finally does. And O'Hearn will head to the box here. Sun Devils will be on the PK. Mustangs go to the power play. O'Hearn to the box. 6:22 left in the second period. 1-1 score and a must-win game here for the Sun Devils to go 2-1 and hopefully advance to the quarterfinals tonight. Mustangs play it behind Argovitz. Good forecheck. PK penalty kill action here. They go for the one-timer and a shot released over the net. Now it comes up off the glass. Fitzgerald's going to track it down. Turned over. Ishu, shorthanded opportunity here. Tries to poke it forward. Gloves it down. Cuts inside. Tries to go 5-hole. He couldn't. And there's going to be another call here against Ishu. Is going to get called for a penalty. Mustangs should just let the Sun Devils touch it. They'll have a 5-on-3. Ishu went to the net on basically a breakaway, a shorthanded opportunity. He was trying to stuff it home and somewhere took out a Mustangs player, so he gets called for the rough. Sun Devils now will be down, and someone just picked up an extra misconduct penalty, slammed door. That might, if that goes against Ishu, he could be gone for 10 minutes. I'm not sure what the call is here. Peck's going to serve the extra penalty here. And Coach Ishu asking, what's the call here? No, he freaking slammed the door. Yeah. Jennifer is going to give it to Lucas when he gets home, I guess. He slammed the door on the way to the box, picked up the extra 2 minutes here. I don't believe that's going to be an infraction towards the ice. So Coach Ishu is getting some explanation here on what the penalty is. 3 Sun Devils now in the box. It's O'Hearn with the initial call earlier. He's got 50 seconds left. Ishu picks up 130 and a little bit more. So 5-on-3 now, and a big kill here needed by the Sun Devils. Brandt up top. Moyer. And I believe Gill shot in. It ricocheted around, and Brandt's going to chip it out. He's going to try to race this down. He's got 3 Mustangs on his tail. And now the Mustangs come back with it the other way. 5-on-3 for another 20 seconds. O'Hearn will come out. Mustangs now go pass across, shot, and it got I believe it got through the legs as Argovitz tried to slide across here. That's going to be a power play goal, and it happened before O'Hearn came out, so the Mustangs will still have a 54-second power play when the puck gets dropped. Off the face-off, puck gets sent in behind the Mustangs goaltender. Mustangs still on the power play here and the 2-1 lead with 4:50 left here in the second period. Mustangs set up their power play. And a nice play there. Neubauer getting into the passing lane, sends it back out. Weinkammer steps up. Now the Mustangs through center, try to make a backdoor pass. 5-on-4 for another 13 seconds, and then Slick Peck will jump out. And we'll see, I believe Ishu's going to be in the box for a little bit as he picked up the extra misconduct here. So Peck now out of the box. We're back to 5-on-5. Glimcher on the forecheck. Curry, that's O'Hearn. O'Hearn dished it to Peck. Peck got the shot off, the glove down by the Mustangs. Time to get the goalie's name for the Mustangs. It's hard to see these names here. O'Hearn at center. Marvin and Curry. Schwab leaves it up top. Weekly through some traffic. It's blocked. Loose puck sends it in again, just wide of the net. Marvin was there. He couldn't get a stick on it. Curry comes back down for it. And now it's flipped out to center. O'Hearn picks up another penalty on the far side. Chase O'Hearn just finished his check, and another terrible call by the refs. So O'Hearn picks up the second penalty in just the last 4 or 5 minutes. And back on the power play go the Mustangs. Just weak calls, players finishing checks, both sides. The refs have been at it here since the drop of the puck. Coach Ishu, having some more talkings with the ref. Nonetheless, 5-on-4. Mustangs back on the power play. Off the face-off, Mustangs control it. And then we got another whistle here. I believe a man in the crease, so we'll have a face-off outside. If that's a make-up call, that's not enough. Curry at center with Marvin. Schwab steps up as the left wing here on the face-off. Mustangs win it. They come over the blue line. They go up top, down low, far side. .106 left on the penalty to O'Hearn. Centering pass, it's loose, chipped in on Argovitz, and he covers it up. .59 seconds left on the penalty to O'Hearn. Ishu's going to be sitting for a while. I believe he picked up a 10-minute on the misconduct, so we won't see him till the third. Off the face-off, Moyer hard up and out. It was deflected. Puck rolls down into the Mustangs' end. Fitzgerald comes back for it first. Fitzgerald, Brandt on the 1-1 forecheck here. Comes up to Moyer. He gets stick checked. Now it goes down. We got a man coming down the back door. Played nicely by Gill. Gill sends it hard all the way down. Played by the Mustangs goaltender. His name is Canton Burkhart. Mustangs with 22 seconds left on the power play, right to left. Centering pass into the skates of Gill, and he sends it hard and up and not out, kept in now. Brandt up top on the forecheck. Centering pass just to the left, shot left of Argovitz. And 5 seconds now will get O'Hearn back out of the box. O'Hearn's out, and Neubauer's on. Shot off the crossbar and over the netting into the corner. So the Sun Devils able to hold off the Mustangs, multiple Mustang power plays here. 2:04 left in the second, 2-1 Mustangs with the lead. Face off again inside the Sun Devils' end. It's going to be Brandt, Neubauer, and Fitzgerald. And I believe Stroud and Weinkammer. Centering pass off the face-off. And Mustangs pick up the quick tic-tac goal right off the face-off. A one-timer in front of Argovitz. Not much you could do about that one. Schaefer, Peck, and Glimsher step out at forward. Face-off again, won by the Mustangs. Brooks, Glimsher out there and tries to send it down. Comes back the other way off the stick of Weinkammer. He collects it, flips it up forward, and it comes through the middle. Stroud steps up at the red line, tries to push it forward. It sends it in. Now they go cross-ice pass. Played by Glimsher and Weinkammer. Glimsher into the corner. Mustangs win the battle behind the net. Centering pass. They misfired on the first one. Blockered the second one by Argovitz. Weinkammer sent a guy down hard in front of the net. No call. Another shot on net. Loose in front. Peck able to flip it up to Glimsher. It's in his skates. It comes back the other way. Mustangs able to get a line change in here. Sun Devils pinned in their own end. Peck tries to turn it up the middle. Now Schaefer in the corner. Number 18, Schaefer. Stroud comes in, plasters a guy. He's going to get called from behind. So another call coming up against the Sun Devils as Burkhart heads to the bench, and they have a 6-on-4. Pace of play is picked up, and so has the penalties. So I believe, Stroud's going to head to the box, and another power play here for the Mustangs with 48.4 left in the second. Curry and Marvin. Another penalty or two, and Coach Coyne will be gone for this evening. 12 penalties will do that to any coach, regardless. USA hockey rule. I'm not sure the total is, but we've got to be close. Another power play for the Mustangs. 3-1 is the score. Mustangs have the lead. Curry trying to get it out. He's able to chip it out off a skate, and now Marvin backhands it out all the way down behind Burkhart. 20 seconds now left in the second. Sun Devils on the penalty kill. Marvin forces the Mustangs down the far wall, down in the corner, behind Argovitz, now up the near side. And shot at the buzzers, gloved down by Argovitz. And after 2 periods of play, a lot of penalties, and the Mustangs have the 3-1 lead. Stroud will be in the box for 42 seconds to start the third period. No ice cut. Back here in just a moment. Got the Vegas betting line open to my right. The over-under for Sun Devil. Is that Sun Devil penalties or overall? 6.5? Combined penalties, 6.5 is the over-under for the third period. I'll take the over. Brant's taking the over. O'Hearn's taking the under. Face off at center. Sun Devils down 6 or 5-on-4 here. 3-1 down in the game as well. Now Gill up to Curry. Curry is 1-on-4 all by himself. Tries to get around a couple players here. Now comes across O'Hearn. He retreats it, burns off some clock here. 18 seconds left on the penalty to Stroud. And I believe Moyer just sends it all the way down here. Curry on the forecheck. 5 seconds. Moyer behind his net. Reverses it. And Stroud's out of the box. We're back to 5-on-5. Long shot down. No icing as the penalty had just coming to the end there. And we're back. 5-on-5. Good forecheck here by Marvin and Curry. Marvin tries to chip it in, and Curry's going to circle back around for it. Marvin pushing the player out in front. No call. And O'Hearn almost picked one off there. Gill sends this one back in. And Marvin and O'Hearn on the forecheck. Curry went for the change. Out comes Fitzgerald and Weinkammer. And 2-on-3, 3-on-3 through the middle. And Stroud, as quick as Stroud comes out of the box, he's going back in on the tripping call. So Max Stroud will pick up the trip, and that's the first penalty of the third period. That didn't take long, just Max Stroud was maybe out of the box for 30 seconds, and he's back in there. So another power play for the Mustangs as they will have an offensive zone face-off and to the right of Argovitz. Brandt on the face-off. He's got Fitzgerald out there to kill it. On defense, it's Weinkammer and Schwab. Schwab giving a lot to one of the Mustangs players in front with the heavy cross-check. No call. Face-off, as Argovitz gloved it down, will be to his left. Brandt again. Puck on the near wall. Brandt's going to golf it out all the way down. 1:12 left on the penalty to Stroud. Neutral zone set up here for the Mustangs. They enter in on the right side. Schwab pinches up. Brandt takes it away. Still activity as a Mustangs player was tied up way behind the play, behind the refs. I didn't even see that it were offsides, but they do blow it down. 45 seconds left on the penalty to Stroud and face off outside the Sun Devils' end. Sun Devils win the face-off here and pass through the neutral zone. They enter down the left side weakly with some pressure with Neubauer. Now puck comes behind Argovitz. Mustangs looking for the backdoor pass, and it got deflected, but it did make it through, and the Mustangs will get the power play goal. 4-1 now is the score. 12:24 left in the third. Schaefer's going to line up at center. Glimcher left, Peck on the right side, Gill and Moyer on defense. Sun Devils need a miracle here. 3 goals, need at least 3 here to tie this one and have a chance for the quarterfinals this evening. Kept in by Moyer up on the top point, sends it down low. Glimcher. Schaefer's roughed up in the other corner, no call. Now a loose puck ends up on the stick of the Mustangs. They come over the blue line, post up on the far side. Heavy duty play here behind the net. 2-on-2, and Moyers are going to skate out with it. Chips it up to Glimcher. Couldn't quite connect. Kept in again by the Mustangs. Gill comes across. Centering pass just through the crease of Argovitz, and Peck now long pass looking for Glimcher. It's going to come all the way down in on Burkhardt. He dishes it off to the side. Sun Devils get 4 of 5 changed out. O'Hearn off the bench, and another call coming up here on Chase O'Hearn. He's going to get called for the trip, and O'Hearn will have at least his second penalty of the game. So 4-1, 2 penalties so far, 11:21 to go. And penalty kill unit for the Sun Devils is going to be Marvin and Curry. 57 Stroud and number 9 Grayson Weinkammer. Off the face-off, Mustangs control it. Send it across in front. Stroud playing with his man in front. Now it's going to be Marvin's going to escape with it. Marvin left side on the penalty kill. Short-handed opportunity. Loses it into the corner. Curry intercepts it at center, tries to pull it through. It would have had a chance to go in all alone on Burkhart. Kept in on the far side by Weinkammer. He throws an elbow as in a slash, and here comes another penalty. That's going to go on Marbin, I believe. Marbin or Weinkammer. It's going to be a slashing call on Marbin. Ishu's back out of the box after his misconduct, but well, that's going to be against the Mustangs. So I had that one going the other way, but we already had 3 penalties here with just over 4 minutes into the period. The over is looking good. So it'll actually be a rare power play for the Sun Devils. Now, O'Hearn's still in the box, so we got 4 and 4. O'Hearn in the box for 58 more seconds, and Mustangs in for a minute 30. 4 and 4. Face off inside the Mustangs end. Brandt wins it to the far wall, but the Mustangs able to come out with it. Schwab comes back for the fluttering puck, sends it up, bouncing puck up to Ishu. He bats it down and has it through center. It's Ishu. Posts up now, 4 on 4, dances through the center, leaves it for Schwab. Schwab shot, blocked in front, ricochets off a few players, and now the Mustangs come back the other way. Shot in on Argovitz, he made the save, and puck goes into the far corner. Brandt in the corner now. He's got Ishu if he can hit the breakaway pass. He's going to have to skate it up himself, over the blue line, down in the corner, A.J. Brandt. Centering pass, swatted away by Burkhart. It's loose. Mustangs pick it up. 10 minutes to go in the third period. Sun Devils down by 3. And puck intercepted by Ishu in the neutral zone. He's hooked into the corner. Throws a little bump. No call. Power play Sun Devils here for 30 seconds. Now Moyer. Moyer shot in through traffic off a skate. Didn't make it through. Back up top. Moyer not able to keep it in. He'll have to retreat on the power play. Tucks it through the center and gets hooked. Now the puck comes back. Brandt up a little too far for Fitzgerald. That'll be icing with 5 seconds left on the penalty. Mustangs penalty. Sun Devils will have a power play, quick power play here, and a face-off to the left of Argovitz. Face-off won by the Sun Devils. Schaefer and Peck able to get it out to center. Mustangs go D to D, now reverse back to the far corner. Peck gets in on it first, sends it out front to Neubauer. Neubauer tried to shovel it into Schaefer. It didn't get there. Now Weinkammer chips it out. Peck over to Stroud. Stroud up to Schaefer in his skates. He takes a bump, spins off, and able to try to push it through. Comes back into the Mustangs end now. Here come the Mustangs one-on-one against Weinkammer. Weinkammer, good poke check. And he's able to poke check it back into the corner. Mustangs now have it. They go behind Argovitz into the far corner. Peck sends it up the wall, kept in by the Mustangs. Now Neubauer tried to push it out. Kept in again by the Mustangs. Now in the corner, it's hacked up the wall and kept in. Over the stick of Peck into the corner. Stroud comes in, pinches into the corner, holding his man, gets some help from Neubauer. Stroud now this side of Argovitz gets it up, and it was deflected back into the corner. This time Weinkammer up off the glass, bouncing puck kicked in, and this time Stroud had enough of it, sends it down, and just to the left of Burkhart, an icing call. 7:55 left in the third. It'll be O'Hearn, Marbin, and Curry, Schwab, and Weekly. Face off. Mustangs trying to get a shot off. Schwab sends it all the way around, now up but not out. Now O'Hearn tried to get it out. Pocket was picked. Now it goes into the corner again. Sun Devils having some trouble getting the puck out of their zone all game here. Now it comes to Curry. This time up to Marvin. Marvin's able to skate it out. Through center, 1-on-3. Gets around one player now into the corner. Reverse hits. A little bit of a cross check. Curry came across. Now it's over to Weekly. Weekly's got some space. Shot in and he scores. Rory Weekly walked down the right side and beat Burkhardt over the blocker. Top left shot, top left corner. And Sun Devils get within 2 with 7:12 left in the third period. Good forecheck in Marvin Curry. Puck turned over. And puck made its way over to Weekly. He was able to step down and rip it home. I believe Schwab will get the assist on that one at least. Gill and Moyer on defense. It's Brandt, Ishu, and Fitzgerald. Turned over by the Mustangs. Another chance here as Ishu gets hauled down. No call. Brandt and Ishu in the corner, and Ishu's going at it with a player. Now they decide to let play go here as the rough stuff continues. Ishu battling in front. Shot in on net, blocked by the Mustangs. Now they send it all the way out. Gill's going to have to get there as the Mustangs player leaves it. Turned over. And now Gill tries to chip it out. He couldn't. Kept in by the Mustangs. Down low, it goes behind Argovitz. Moyer taking some bumps in the corner. Gets some help from Gill. Gill roughs up his man, and now the Mustangs still have it. They back up top and send it down and low again. All right, now long pass up. Ishu off of his stick, a little too far. It's tipped, no icing call. Ishu and Fitzgerald in the corner. Ishu got Brand out front if he can get it there. His pass was blocked. Now a long pass here. Weinkammer is going to have to race back for it the other way. Shot in on Argovitz. He gloves it down with 5:57 left in the third. If I get a chance here, I'll count up the penalties for kicks. Face off to the right of Argovitz. The Neubauer, Glimsher, and Schaefer trio up front on defense. Stroud and Weinkammer. Exit pass. Schaefer too far for Brooks. Glimsher. Brooks is going to go down on the forecheck. Mustangs try to exit pass. Loose puck picked up. Now sent up the far wall. Into the corner. Behind the net. Stroud reverses it back the other way. Schaefer. Schaefer into his feet. Sends it up. Gets it up to Neubauer and then up to Glimsher. Glimsher races down the right side. He's hauled down. No call. Neubauer into the corner as well. Now it's Schaefer on the near side forecheck. Sends it out front almost onto the stick of Glimsher. He couldn't get the shot off. Now a cross ice pass. And some activity here in front of us. Mustangs take it in the corner. Schwab on the pressure along with O'Hearn. 4:45 left to go. Sun Devils need at least 2 here to tie this up or get the win. O'Hearn trying to battle up the wall. Comes back to Weekly. Weekly behind the net. Mustang centering pass. It's bouncing around in front. Backhanded in. Loose. Now back into the corner. Glimsher near sides. Got Curry coming through the middle. Takes a bump. And it comes back the other way. All the way back behind Argovitz. Moyer into the far corner. Sends it up. A little too far for O'Hearn now. Mustangs with some confusion in their end. They're able to get it back out to center, and they send it back in. Moyer back for it. Moyer gets pushed from behind. Centering pass off the stick of O'Hearn. Now turned over at the neutral zone. Gill's coming forward with it. Now O'Hearn, he's able to send it up, but Marvin throws a nice cross check, no call. So Physical play picking up. Refs have put the whistle away here for a little bit. Now Moyer, toe drag through center. Cole Moyer shot in. Left pad saved by Burkhart. And now it's sent all the way down, and we'll have an icing call with 3:12 left in the third period. Faceoff will come down to our left. It'll be time for a timeout here. We'll watch Argovitz. 3:11 to go. Faceoff will be taken by Brandt. Ishu to the left, and Fitzgerald on the right. Stroud and Weinkammer up top. Backhanded up and out by the Mustangs. Sent in behind Argovitz. Stroud pushes it up the wall, now back down below. Brandt jumps over one player, gets the give and go from Fitzgerald, but his pocket was picked. Now it's Stroud behind the net. Far side, Fitzgerald. Spin pass up to Ishu. Ishu one-on-one with Brandt trailing. Shot in. That was going to go in, but Burkhart with the glove save. .234 to go. Sun Devils send out Schaefer, Neubauer, and Peck. Weinkammer and Stroud up top. Neubauer takes the face off. Won by the Mustangs. Schaefer, turn around, spins it into the far corner. Peck's going to get down there. It's hacked up the wall. Neubauer takes a stick check by the Mustangs. They try to get it out. They can't. Neubauer leaves it. Tried to leave it for Weinkammer. Now Neubauer races back for it. Sends it up. And a little too far. Mustangs come back the other way. A lot of stick checking here. Mustangs have to retreat back to the neutral zone. 2 minutes to go. Weinkammer behind the net. Sends it up the near wall. Schaefer. Schaefer sends it out to center. Refs letting this go now. 1:45 and rolling. Peck backhands it up to Brandt. Brandt takes a bump. Gets the puck out. Mustangs back in their own end now. 1:32. Sun Devils need 2. Weekly. Quickly up to Fitzgerald. A little too far. Comes back the other way. Mustangs quick neutral zone transition. Now into the corner. Schwab. Puck ricochets behind Argovitz and up and off the glass. Kept in by the Mustangs. Now it's out. Argovitz heading to the bench. Extra attacker coming on for the Sun Devils. And a bouncing puck right up into the netting. Souvenir for Adam Brandt. Six on 4. O'Hearn's the extra player here. Brandt at center. Fitzgerald, Ishu, O'Hearn, Gill, and Moyer. 58.8 left to go. Puck sent back to Moyer. Wristed up off the glass, kept in, now out. High stick by Gill, and Mustangs will touch it up. So puck goes in on net, and empty net goal will seal it for the Mustangs with 38.7 to go. Argovitz will stroll back into his net. And the Sun Devils are facing a consolation game sometime this evening between, I believe, 6 and 8:20 local time for the final game of the weekend. Face-off back at center, Neubauer. Puck sent in on Argovitz. Moyer to Peck. Up through the middle, taken away by the Mustangs. They just send it back in with 25 seconds left. Neubauer picks off the pass through the middle, kept in by the Mustangs. This time Peck sends it down off of a stick on the Sun Devil bench, but they let play continue. Neubauer picks off a neutral zone pass and 2 seconds left, throws it in on Burkhardt. He makes the save, and that will do it. Mustangs advance to 3-0. Sun Devils fall to 1-2. We'll have a consolation game this evening, sometime between 6 and I believe 8:20 local time here. Final score 5-2. Sun Devils fall to the Mustangs in Game 3, CCM Denver.
He's like, what are you going to do? I'm like, see you? Don't you love that? Yeah. I'm like, hello, you don't want to see your mom? Right?